My beloved child, draw near and listen with your whole heart. What I am about to share with you carries weight beyond ordinary words. This moment was appointed long before you arrived here, and my voice has been waiting to reach you exactly where you stand today. I have observed every step that brought you to this place. I saw the years that tested your resolve, the seasons that questioned your purpose, the mornings you woke wondering if anything would ever change. Yet here you remain. I know the questions that linger in your mind, the doubts that whisper when the night grows long. Let my truth settle these uncertainties. The time has come for you to hear what your soul has been seeking. The stillness you have endured was never abandonment. My dear one, it was sacred preparation. You called out in the quiet hours, and though the heavens seemed silent, I received every word. You were never outside my awareness, never beyond my care. I held back certain answers, not to cause you pain, but to protect what was forming beneath the surface. A blessing given too soon loses its power to sustain you. But now my hand is moving over everything that has held you back. I am releasing understanding into your spirit like a sudden brightness that will restore what weariness attempted to diminish. You were created for this precise moment, my child, prepared for this turning point. Every breath, every trial, every seemingly wasted day brought you here to this divine intersection. The season of waiting is complete. The burden that has pressed upon your heart is about to lift. For my word brings life to what appeared lifeless. This is why the resistance grew stronger, why the obstacles multiplied, why your faith felt stretched beyond measure. The opposing force recognized what I was preparing to release, but it possesses no authority to stop what I have declared. Even now, I am orchestrating circumstances in your favor. I am restoring what time has taken and correcting false narratives spoken over your journey. You will not remain where you are. You will not be defined by past patterns. You are stepping into a season where your prayers are answered not because of your performance, but because I love you deeply and remain faithful to guide you forward. Keep your spirit open, my beloved. Do not reject the unexpected joy that rises within you. This gladness is confirmation that my presence is transforming what once seemed hopeless. Your breakthrough does not begin quietly. It begins with a clear declaration from me. You are valued. You are seen. Your freedom is now fully realized. My presence surrounds you now, more evidently than ever before. Stay close to me, for I am only beginning. I did not wait for elaborate signs to begin my work. I moved with quiet authority the moment your heart shaped the desire. Even before you noticed any evidence, I had already sent instruction to unseen places, and peace began to settle with exact timing. You wondered if anything was moving, but understand this clearly. Progress does not always announce itself. Sometimes my most significant work begins in silence, hidden from observation, beyond your perception in ways too intricate to comprehend. You searched for outward confirmation, but the true indicators were developing inside you. The unexpected moments of calm, the spark of hope you could not explain, the times you felt strength return without reason. These were not coincidences, they were assurances. You felt overlooked, yet I was already arranging what you could not imagine. Your dependence was witnessed, your yielding was significant. I saw your hidden struggles, and I am bringing forth a visible shift. I heard your quiet petitions offered with a weary heart, and I answered your request, not based on your achievements, but on the trust you placed in me, even through uncertainty. I did not require the world to validate your words. Only the eternal realms needed to record them, and they did. You experienced delay, but my timing operates differently than yours. What I am preparing is far greater than any response you envisioned, and if I had presented it to you earlier, it would not have endured. That is why I allowed time to establish a firm foundation and to position the right people in their proper places with pure intentions. And now I am initiating the unfolding. You will begin to see clear signs without warning. Others will speak your name in spaces you have not yet entered. Opportunities will emerge without your striving, and provision will arrive without obvious sources. This is not chance. This is rightful recompense. This is my answer to the sincere prayers you offered when you were deeply tired yet still chose to believe. I remember every word you shared with me, and now I am bringing to pass what you have even forgotten you requested. Nothing escaped my attention. You were not required to earn your worthiness, only to keep moving forward. And you did, even when your steps were slow. I counted it as faithfulness. Those around you may not understand how or why this is happening. But I do, for I was present when you carried sorrow. And now I declare a season of gladness. Pay close attention, my child, for the days ahead will reveal quiet miracles, extraordinary power within ordinary moments. You will be amazed at how effortlessly what was concealed becomes visible when I am directing the revelation. Therefore, remain expectant, not anxious. Stay receptive, not burdened. My grace is advancing toward you, and it will reach its appointed destination. What I began privately is now becoming manifest. And you are about to enter territories I prepared for you long before you recognized their necessity. My child, I know there were moments you questioned whether I heard your pleas, when the quiet felt like an empty space where I once dwelt. But that silence was not my absence. It was my presence working in ways your mind could not grasp. That season of stillness was not vacant. It was a period of sacred formation. I was building foundations without public display. My quietness was purposeful, protecting the strength of what would be unveiled. I have been bringing this truth into existence without announcement so that when it appears, it will be unlike anything you have encountered before. It will genuinely be your unique journey. My silence was not a sign of disregard. I was ensuring that what was prepared for you would be complete and without defect. My presence was near to you, never distant. Even when your surroundings appeared motionless, your tomorrow was developing in ways you could not yet perceive. You chose faith even when retreating would have been easier. You moved forward when remaining still seemed safer. That forward motion, even when uncertain, allowed me to multiply what you entrusted to me. I never overlook a courageous spirit. I lift them up. I honor their loyalty. You have lost nothing at all. You are not behind schedule. You are not forgotten. You are precisely in the right place. And I am now revealing what has been completed. My cherished child, you felt the passage of days stretching longer than your spirit could endure, and at times you nearly interpreted my response as a denial. However, I was truly granting you something far greater than a quick reply. I was establishing complete alignment. What you called a delay was actually me holding a door closed just long enough to prevent you from entering something prematurely. If I had given you what was intended before its foundation was secure, it would have collapsed under strain and brought disappointment instead of fulfillment. Therefore, I controlled the pace, not as punishment, but to protect what I had promised you. Some opportunities seemed appealing, but contained hidden dangers. What appeared to be a time of stagnation was me discerning what was not truly meant for your path. You are not abandoned, my child. You are being positioned with precision. You are not held back. You are being prepared with deliberate care. I needed to pause the movement because something much greater was being formed beyond what your ordinary vision could see. If I had not slowed your pace, you might have settled for temporary solutions. But what I reserve for you is permanent, solid, and grounded in truth. Seasons of quiet do not mean I am far away. Sometimes they convey my most direct message. Not yet, but trust in me. And because you endured the waiting even through sadness and difficulty, I am now bringing forth something that will silence every suggestion to surrender. This outcome will carry the unmistakable mark of my power, my chosen timing, and my intentional design. I witnessed each tear that left your eyes. I gathered those tears with tenderness, for they did not mark a lack of courage. They revealed an unshakable hope even within deep pain. You wept not from giving up, but from a fierce determination to continue, when everything around you urged you to quit. Not one escaped my notice. I did not need explanations for me to act on your behalf. I simply needed your humble faith, and you offered it quietly, faithfully. Your difficult season is giving way to the greatness of what I have been preparing. You will not be compensated merely in proportion to your struggle. It is not just repair. It is full restoration. It is not simply correcting things. It is complete recompense. Others may not grasp the depth of your trials, but I do. And that is why the blessing will surpass all expectations. And now joy is not arriving in small measures. It is coming in powerful waves. My spirit declares an end to your sorrow. I am not simply returning what you lost. I am giving you something entirely new that will never fade. You will experience joy once more, not as if the past has disappeared, but because my presence has brought renewal to it. The atmosphere is shifting. What once weighed you down is breaking apart at my word. I witnessed every hidden wound, every quiet act of betrayal, every attempt to diminish your reputation when no other eyes were watching. And though it appeared they would face no consequences, I was neither unaware nor inactive. The injustice that aimed to quietly bring you low has reached its limit, and I am now revealing a justice that will be visible and undeniable. They spoke with confidence, believing there would be no accountability. They acted in secret, thinking my quietness meant absence. But I was recording every detail with perfect fairness in my hand. I saw the lies spread behind your back, the opportunities unjustly withheld from you, the smiles that concealed deception. And while you remained silent and moved forward with grace, I was preparing a response not of revenge, but of such brilliant restoration that it would expose every hidden darkness by the radiance of my glory upon your life. I will not merely grant you fairness, I will grant you advancement. I am placing you in positions where those who undervalued you will be required to acknowledge the honor I am conferring upon you, not for their shame, but to demonstrate that I consistently uphold those who walk in truth. I am mending what they damaged, raising what they crushed, and breathing new life into the place where they attempted to silence your voice. I will lift you from any place where you felt lowered, my child, where others tried to reduce your standing. I will confirm your true worth. Your rise will be characterized not by bitterness, my beloved, but by a quiet resolve. You will move forward without anger, but with a peaceful heart. What I am now declaring about your journey, nothing can reverse. You will no longer walk as someone barely tolerated, but as one profoundly cherished. I know of moments when you felt invisible, my beloved child, as if existence continued and left you in the shadows, unrecognized, unconsidered, passed over while others moved forward with ease. But I wish for this reality to settle profoundly within you. I have never turned my attention from you. You were not lost in a crowd. You were always within my watchful care. I saw you continue on when no help seemed present, my child. I noticed your kind gestures to others, even when you longed for one word of encouragement yourself. I was there when everyone else departed. I was near when the silence felt heavier than your pain. You were never abandoned, my beloved. You were never set aside. Your life holds vast significance to me, my child. Not because of what you accomplish, but because of who you are. You are mine. My attention has not shifted. My grip has not loosened. My devotion has not ended. While you felt you were being passed over, I was preparing to move you ahead. And when I lift you up, it will not be to prove anything to anyone else. It will be to reveal the deep connection we established during periods of being unrecognized. What seemed like a setback was never your downfall, my beloved. It was a divine reordering. They thought they were silencing you, hiding you, stopping your influence. But I was establishing you more securely so that your foundation could reach depths that shallow successes never touched. You did not collapse, my child. You were sheltered for preservation, for growth, for significant transformation. The low place they wished to confine you in was in truth sacred ground where I began laying deep, unwavering foundations within you. You did not lose your voice, my child. Your ability to express yourself was being sharpened for greater clarity. I allowed that intense pressure, not to punish you, but to bring forth something truly valuable, something lasting, something intended by me. And you persisted, my child, even through the pain. Even when the isolation felt overwhelming, even when you questioned if light would ever return, you clung to your belief. Because of this, I am now bringing forth abundance in areas where others thought your influence had ended. Now rising with composure, with might, with a resilience born not of comfort but of conquest. I am not merely restoring you to your former state. You are not emerging fragile or exhausted. I entrusted you with the deep experiences so I could entrust you with the high callings. And now the revelation begins, not to confirm your value to others, but to showcase my steadfastness through your existence. What you perceived as an ending was merely the dawn of something imperishable. You were never designed to conform to their narrow confines or limited expectations. I did not shape you for their superficial praise. I designed you for an eternal purpose. You are not an error. You are not superfluous. You are not too much. Nor are you lacking. I instilled a distinct quality within your spirit that many may not initially recognize. But the moment approaches when its emanation will be undeniable. You belong to me. You are precious. You are chosen. And that declaration holds its power. Stays alive, stands unshaken. It will never diminish. They may have overlooked you, but I have been present with you. You did not require public attention. You required steadfastness, and you have demonstrated it. And now, because you continued to present yourself without external affirmation, I am elevating you in ways that no human can impede. I am intervening to restore what they ignored. I am affirming your value where it was questioned. I am confirming the truth against the lies that tried to tell you your best was not enough. This coming period is not about proving your worth. It is about living out who you are. You will cease to justify your existence to those who never genuinely perceived you. I am expanding your reach not for mere recognition, but for meaningful influence. What resides within you must now come to light. No longer hidden by worry or obscured by doubt, but brought forth with the certainty that comes from me. Your identity is not shaped by human opinions. It is established by my saving act, and you have stood before passages that appeared impassable, offering hopeful prayers, yet observing them stay motionless, unyielding, closed, quiet. You sought to enter repeatedly, yet nothing shifted. But I need you to understand that those were not missed chances. They were times I protected. I never allowed passage because the moment was not right, and the environment was not ready. But now the waiting period has served its intention. What was held back is now being transformed by my might. What no plan, no relationship, no exertion could achieve, I am now bringing to fruition with a single gesture of my hand. You do not need to force this. You will not have to beg or explain. What unfolds next will do so effortlessly, undeniably, and plainly because I have willed it. Where you once felt rejected, you will now walk assuredly into an opening that carries my sign. You will not need to search for access this time. The way will open before your hand even draws near. My hand is creating passages that do not just match your desires. They fit your very essence. I am clearing the way for you, my child, so you can step forward with all I have entrusted to you without hindrance, without feeling unworthy. I am not opening these pathways simply to change your surroundings. I am opening them to broaden your reach. Where your voice once felt unheard, now it will resonate. Where your unique ability was hidden, now it will be magnified. Not for your fame, but for mine. No person can block what I have set in motion. No obstacle will impede what I have destined to advance. What I open now will remain open. It will stay accessible, enduring, and secure. A profound peace, abundant supply, and clear understanding will now rest upon you. You will enter new places and feel entirely comfortable. You will move ahead without looking back and regret. The way ahead does not begin with effort. It begins with my direct provision. Now I am directly involved in your path, not only to shield you, but to renew you completely. Where your standing was connected to difficulty, I am restoring it to respect. You will not be identified by what caused you pain. You will be known by the resilience that arose from what could not overcome you. Your identity is not linked to dishonor. It is linked to my promise. I am reigniting the warmth of your spirit, not with former wishes, but with fresh purpose. You will not proceed with the same motivations. You will proceed with divine clarity. You will no longer feel depleted by striving to validate yourself. You will feel vibrant simply by existing as I created you. The efforts to lessen who you truly are, to dim the radiance within you, to make your journey seem unremarkable. None of these attempts prevailed in my eyes. They sought to characterize you by what you had lost, to describe you by your material difficulties, to judge you by instances of frailty. Yet my view of you never changed. I saw the untruths spoken of you, the confusion that trailed you, the attempts to undermine your motives and impede your advancement. But none of this could change what I spoke over you from the start. What was removed from you, whether inner tranquility, clear thought, relationships, or opportunities, is not gone forever. I am not merely restoring what was removed. I am revitalizing it with abundant fullness. What the opposing force attempted to diminish to nothing, I am reshaping into proof of my faithfulness. I have observed how the opposing influence quietly entered, depleting your happiness, taking your repose, depriving you of your sense of purpose. But this ends now. I am stepping into the fractured areas and instilling new structure where there was only ruin. You will not navigate life as someone who merely endured. You will walk as one who prevailed through my sacred restoration. I do not need to remove what occurred to demonstrate the beauty of your path. I will convert it into evidence that nothing is wasted in my plan. Where others saw only outward appearance or conventional routes, I recognized your true essence, my beloved one. When you encountered blocked paths, my child, you may have felt insufficient. They overlooked what they could not comprehend, and you accepted the fault for their narrow understanding. Still, I never needed their acknowledgement to raise you. Their hopes held no power when I established your genuine calling. I have watched over every step of your journey, my child. Truly, I have walked closely beside you, guarding that which others tried to lessen. You possessed a depth they were not ready for. You acted with wisdom they did not comprehend. You maintained a calm spirit in places that could not fathom your resolve, and my presence will accompany you into spaces that formerly refused your access. I value those the world fails to grasp. I favor those who stand strong in their genuine self. I elevate those who stayed open to my will even when unnoticed. This elevation is not for show. It is for a significant purpose. Your readiness to obey will inspire others beyond simple imitation. Your life's journey will convey more than elaborate speeches, and I will confirm your every step. Even when you questioned your rightful position, I safeguarded your genuine being. Do not reduce yourself to make others comfortable. Do not apologize for your fervor. Do not seek validation from those I never meant to understand you. My choice is final. My call is sure. The subtle thoughts that have entered your awareness, my cherished child, those soft, persistent voices that question your worth, dismiss your progress, and predict your downfall. They do not come from me. I do not bring forth apprehension, doubt, or fear. I speak with truth, with serenity, and with a comforting presence that silences all untruths. You have entertained the idea that you are insufficient, that perhaps your opportunity is gone, that somehow the weight you bear is evidence your future has lessened. But those notions are not from me. These inner whispers aim to pull you away from where I lead you, my child. Fear gave them life, weariness kept them strong, and forces that dread your coming triumph placed them in your mind. I am not telling you to fight these falsehoods. I am asking you to release them, let them go. Clear them from the space of your mind, my beloved one, for I am shaping your unfolding journey, and fear has no part in it. Look up, my child, stand tall. Ready your inner self. The time you spent waiting did not negate my pledge, it protected it. Enter this season not with worry, but with certainty. I have made this path ready, and what I make accessible, no one can seal. Rest in this truth, my beloved child. The journey continues, and I am with you every step of the way.